Welcome back. Today I just want to give an update to my experience with this phone. This is the Honor Magic V3, the V5, which is the sequel to this. I didn't get that, and the V6 it's out and it just went global a few days ago. I'm skipping that also. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I made a couple of videos about the V3 and I've used it for a while as my main device. I like it, or I liked it a lot. It's an expensive device. It's $2,000, more than $2,000. I bought it from the UK. It was for £1,700, something like that. At the time, it was the slimmest foldable in the world. See how slim this thing is. It was a marvel of engineering. It's great battery life, 5,150 milliamp hour battery. This device, it's slim, it's beautiful, and I like it. And I've used it over a year since 2024 September-ish. I bought it, and then just early this year, or at the end of last year, so just after it has been like a year with me, I started to have different issues with it. First, I broke it, so that's on me. On the outer screen here, there is a crack. I don't know if you can see that crack. It's just here, like that. There's a crack there. So, but that didn't have too much effect. Okay, it's cracked, but it was working. It just no issue. I was planning maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll change the screen. I tried to get an appointment to change the screen here in Portugal. Okay, I didn't follow up with that because by the time I traveled and came back, I noticed the first thing. The inner screen had a line. This line. This one. The first one there. And that just showed up from nowhere. I thought maybe it fell from me. Maybe my kids were playing with it. I don't know what happened, but there was a line there. Okay, I think this is bad. And when I did a 1 year video follow up of it, I said how I liked it. Overall, it's a very good device. I score it over a 9 over 10. Battery life is great. Camera is exceptional. It's very lightweight. It's slim. It's foldable. It works and it's really good. Everything. I had no complaint about the hardware. The software was good. Everything was working well. I liked the device. Okay. But then it had that crack in it, and I was like, okay, now I have to spend money because it's past the warranty. I have to find a way to replace not just the outer screen now, but this inner screen, which is very expensive to replace, by the way. But once I was still on that, next thing that happened, I saw another line, this lower one here, and that's when I began to notice, like, I think this thing is failing on me. Because I don't think it fell again. It's telling me it's going to die, and that's a shame. I'm recording up here. If I switch this camera, this phone I'm using to do the overhead shot is my Z Flip 5 from Samsung. I've had it since 2023, so 3 years now. It's working well. 2023 or early 2024 I bought it. This is 2026, so 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. It's working well. I have no issue with the hinges or the screens. It's good. So I expected more durability from this, right? It's especially with all the tested to military spec, the hinges extremely rugged, 500,000 folds and things like that. So I expected more from it, right? But I didn't get that. Instead, what did I get? 2 cracked lines. Okay. So I've already done my 1 year review and I've already said it's an amazing device, and then all this started to fail. Next, in the sequence of things that happened was that I noticed one day that my SIM card, it was not noticing my SIM card anymore on it. I'm like, what's going on? So I went to Vodafone that I use, and they checked it, and the SIM was okay. There's nothing wrong with the SIM. So the phone just deactivates. So it's a dual SIM device. You can put a single physical SIM and then use an eSIM. And the eSIM failed, basically, and I started to use just the physical SIM on it, and that not the physical SIM failed, and I was using the eSIM on it, and that was working okay at the time. So now it was no more a dual SIM device, unless I want to use 2 eSIMs, and you can actually do that. You can use 2 eSIMs, but you can't use the physical SIM anymore. It's dead. So what's going on with this device? I don't understand. And then the one that killed it for me, this outer screen just went black. Till now, this is for over a month. It's not working anymore. I don't know what happened. It just went blank. So I can only use the inner screen. I cannot use the outer screen. How do you do that? I mean, most of the time you fold this device and you use it. It's like this. You use it. Not. This is just when you want to get access to that extra screen screen real estate. Otherwise, this is what you do most of the time. You just use this. But no, it won't work. I think it's working, but I can't see it. But it's not working. So that's when I knew I needed to change my device. Okay, and then it started to just go off and will not come back on. And then you do a hard reset, and then it will restart, and it's like buying a brand new phone. You have to set it up again from scratch, download all your apps, everything is a brand new phone. And you do that, and 3 days later, it does the same thing. And that's when I just gave up on it. So I had to buy. That's when I bought the Pixel that I now use as my main phone. I don't have a straight slab phone for a while. I was using this and the Z Flip. Now I have the Pixel, because I'm going to also give out the Z Flip. So the Pixel replaces the Z Flip, but then I got a tablet to replace my foldable. And if you want to understand the craziness of why I'm using a tablet, well, it's a mini tablet, but this is my thinking. This is what I'm using, and I've had this for a month now to replace this guy. There are a few reasons. First is that I found out from these foldables that I don't really have the big real estate, that I want in terms of the ability to watch videos. It's a square shape, right? It doesn't give you this right aspect ratio. When you watch videos, you have these big bars on both sides, and I didn't like that. The real video you watch is just a little bit bigger than a straight slab phone. This gives you more than twice. I just like this because of that aspect ratio where you can watch. Most of what I don't want to do in the big screen is watch YouTube, movies or things like that when I'm on the go. So I got this instead. Now this is my daily usage, right? This is what I use every day. My phone and the mini tablet. The tablet is not that big. I throw it in my pocket. It goes into some of my clothes. But in the case where I cannot go, I hold it in my hand. I use it in church instead of this, where I have my books and my Bible. I use this one now. So for me, it is not a problem at all to have a tablet to use as against this. But it's just a shame how this has failed suddenly in the past 2-3 months. Everything just started coming down, and I promised you guys that I have to update you, because I did recommend this as a very good device. I enjoyed it while I used it for over a year, but when all this started happening, I needed to come back here and tell you guys that in case you're going for the Honor Magic V5, V6, maybe you should be cautious. I don't know if this is just me, but when I was going through this and I was asking around, there are many people who also had similar. I mean, I didn't know of this until I started asking around. Like, why is the outer screen failing? And somebody said, you know what, just go and buy a new one. Why is the inner screen failing? Why is it going off? And everybody say, oh, sorry, I had similar thing, and I just upgraded to the V5, and I'm not upgrading to any V5 because I expected more from this in terms of durability, and I didn't get it. And it's the same company making the V5 and the V6, and I decided, no, I'm not doing that. If I want to foldable again, I'd probably go with I don't know if I'll go with Vivo or Samsung or maybe the Google Pixel, but I don't really think I need a foldable at this time. I'm happy with this arrangement that I have. And if you want to know more about how I'm using this and why I'm using it and the key features of this is the Lenovo Legion Tab 3 Mini. If you want to know all the features of why I'm using this and how it works, I'll leave the video link right here or here somewhere that tells you about that. Until then, that's my feedback. If you have a V3, if yours is working very well, or a V5, please come in the comment and tell me what you're doing good that I didn't do, or what's your general impression of using this device. If you are thinking about it and you still want to go ahead and you want to ask a few more questions, feel free to come in and talk, and let's have a conversation. Until then, have yourself a good day. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, ding the notification bell if you want to know what's going on. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.